Have you ever gotten that weird feeling that your phone thinks it knows you, but it's just so wrong? Yeah, it's not just you. Our digital world is literally full of these invisible traps, and they're all designed to guide our clicks. So today, let's pull back the curtain and learn how to spot them.
You know, it usually starts with something that's just a little bit off, like your food app suggesting, I don't know, a pepperoni pizza with extra anchovies at 7 in the morning. And the crazy part isn't even the suggestion itself, it's that for a split second you actually consider it, just because it's right there on your screen. That tiny, subtle nudge, that's exactly what we're diving into.
Well, there's a name for this, and it's called predictive bias. It's basically when an app guesses what you want, shows it to you, and somehow you end up trusting its judgment, sometimes even more than your own. It's this quiet but incredibly powerful force that's shaping our decisions every single day.
To really get our heads around this, let's use a little metaphor from a classic cartoon, okay? Think about it. Are you a Chip? You know, the skeptic, the one who questions everything? Or are you a Dale, the believer, the one who kind of trusts the algorithm and walks right into the trap? Just keep that question in the back of your mind as we go through this.
So the first trap is one that I am sure you've noticed, even if you couldn't quite put your finger on it. It's this feeling that pretty much everywhere you go online, it all looks and feels exactly the same.
The official term for this is design homogenization, but honestly, a much better way to think of it is digital suburbia. It's like this endless digital landscape where every single app, every website has the same layout, the same buttons, the same welcome mat. It's all designed to make you feel comfortable, familiar, and most importantly, to stop you from paying too much attention.
And the ingredients for this digital suburbia are always the same, right? You've got the circular profile picture, the 3-line menu button, the endless infinite scroll. You could be ordering tacos or checking your bank account, and the interface is almost identical. And this uniformity, it puts our brains on autopilot. We stop thinking and we just start clicking. And that, my friends, is the whole point. Okay, so a uniform look is step one. But how do these designs actually guide you? See, they aren't just passive backgrounds. They are actively following these little digital breadcrumbs to steer our behavior, and they do it through a really powerful feedback loop. The whole process is deceptively simple. First, the app predicts what you'll click. Then, it presents it to you. You click on it, and then it learns. But here's the catch. The learning is totally flawed. If you accidentally click on some piece of garbage, the app learns that you love garbage, and suddenly, your entire feed is just filled with things you never ever actually wanted. And this whole thing leads us to another really key concept, path bias. This is when the design isn't just similar, it's actively steering you down a specific road. The Buy Now button is huge and colorful and screaming for your attention, while the Learn More link is buried in tiny, gray text in the corner. The path of least resistance is always the one that's most profitable for the company. And we trust these paths because of things like 5-star reviews, right? But how often do we actually stop to question them? I mean, we've all seen reviews just like this one, posted by dozens of accounts, all named John Smith, all saying the exact same thing in broken English. And yet, we still feel kind of reassured by it.
There's a name for this too. It's called automation bias. It's our built-in default setting to just trust the machine over our own intuition. If an app says a product has 4.8 stars, we just believe it's good, even if our gut is screaming that something seems a little off. We just let the automated system make the judgment call for us.
Seriously, think about it. We do this all the time. The Accept All button is always big and bright and convenient. But the Reject All option? Oh, that's usually hidden behind 3 different menus. The design is literally exploiting our desire for speed, and we happily trade our privacy for a few seconds of convenience. Okay, so we've laid out the problems, and it's a little bleak, I know, but now for the good part. How do we actually fight back? This is your survival guide for navigating the digital world with your eyes wide open. First up is what I call the hiding trick. Think about it. The path to upgrade your account is a brightly lit one-click superhighway. But the path to cancel your subscription, well, that's hidden down a dark alley and requires 10 clicks, a phone call, and maybe a blood sample. If the exit isn't as clear as the entrance, you know it's a trap. Next up, fake urgency. Only 2 left in stock. 42 other people are looking at this. This whole tactic is designed to trigger your fear of missing out, your FOMO. It completely bypasses your rational brain and pushes you to make an impulse decision. But you gotta ask yourself, are there really 42 squirrels fighting over that acorn at 2 in the morning? Probably not. And finally, my personal favorite. There's shame-based design. Instead of a simple yes or no, the options are framed to make you feel bad for declining. yes, sign me up for success, versus no thanks, I prefer to stay poor and uninformed. It's a total psychological trick that bets you'll click yes just to avoid that negative feeling.
So how do we navigate all of this? The mission is actually pretty simple. All of these traps, from the sea of sameness to these shame-based buttons, they're all designed to make us react like Dale, impulsive, trusting, and a little bit clueless. The goal is to start thinking like Chip.
The method is simple, but it really does require conscious effort. It all boils down to this one idea: trust your gut over the algorithm. Before you click anything, just pause for a second and ask yourself, do I actually want this, or am I just following the easiest path laid out for me?
Ultimately, it all comes down to this choice. Will you be the skeptic who questions the interface? Or will you be the believer who just follows the digital breadcrumbs? Because being aware of these traps, that's the very first step to disarming them and taking back control of your own choices.